Alsa is a pretty good hero and I summoned her from the rate up banner, spending thousands of diamonds and got her all the way up to Supreme Ascension. I also got her exclusive weapon to +10, so let's test her out at almost max potential, just missing her Supreme Plus passive mostly, and see how well she performs in different game modes with a good amount of investment. Now I have to say I don't regret it at all summoning Alsa, since she is really good in some situations and she is a perfect fit for my account. So I am actually thinking of going all the way to Supreme Plus with her eventually. She deals more damage with CC effects, so for team comps it would be a good idea to have at least one other unit with CC effects to get her to maximum value. If you didn't know, Provoke also counts as a CC effect, so just having a frontliner like a Tundra or Brutus will be good enough. The first place I think she performs well is in Dream Realm. Her damage is really good, and especially now that Marilee and Corrin lost some value, she definitely can make up for some of the damage you're missing there, depending on which Dream Realm boss you're dealing with and your team comp. The first Dream Realm boss I tested her out was with the Necro Dragon. Since Alsa moves around the whole time, she does pretty well against the Necro Dragon and her damage isn't that bad. Sadly, I only had her weapon at +4 on this day, so this is the only exception in this video where she wasn't at almost her max potential with a +10 weapon. I didn't use OD here because I had better results having more sustain with Coco and Smokey, and my OD's exclusive weapon is still low level, making Cisia a better pick for DPS. Next I tested her against the Snow Stomper. Now the problem here was Alsa is teleporting in front of the boss, making her a tank against the boss's snowballs. This caused her to deal way less damage, but surprisingly it caused my Cisia and Odie to deal a lot of damage, since they didn't tank the snowball. So indirectly she can be a good decoy against the Snow Stomper boss, with some damage on the side. I also tested Alsa out against the Lone Gaze Dream Realm boss, and here she surprised me. Her damage was exceptional and she did even better than my OD, but keep in mind my OD's weapon is not +10 yet, so this is probably the reason why. But regardless, when you look at the damage from Alsa on this boss, she did way higher than even my Cisia. Now keep in mind Alsa is also magic damage, so you can use OD with her, which is also magic damage, allowing you to use the magic damage artifact called Present Spell. You might get better results with this, and this makes it easier to invest into Alsa if you have OD invested into already. Next I tested Alsa in Legend Trial. In Legend Trial I'm using Smokey, Coco, Alsa, Odie and Brutus. And every single level my Alsa is just doing way more damage than my Odie. It seems like she starts off with really good damage, where Odie of course needs to work on his execution, but using them both makes a perfect Mauler team for damage. Definitely a very good pick in Legend Trial, and it allowed me to climb further with using Alsa. For AFK Stages, I'm not using Alsa on my main team, but she is really good for my second team, for multi-team stages. Using the exact same team I'm using in Legend Trial, and it just works. They are doing great damage, allowing me to climb AFK Stages without too much struggles, until there is a huge power gap. And now for PvP. Alsa is actually a really good PvP hero, and I see her being used by almost every top 200 Supreme Arena team right now, where you have to choose 3 teams. Now this might be because of her being a new unit, but I definitely see a lot of success with Alsa in PvP, and some people even use her in normal PvP arena. This usually is the case if their teams consists out of OD and other Mauler teams. It is mostly because she is so good with CC effects, and synergizing with CC effects making her a really good PvP hero. So now comes the question, should you summon Alsa? In my honest opinion, since she is a damage dealer, I really don't think she will be worth it to summon just one dupe, unless you can invest into her and make her at least Mythic Plus to be able to deal good damage. She is a perfect hero for a off team if you can't fit her in your main team. That will perform very well in Supreme Arena and multi-team AFK stages, where she became one of my most favorite picks for my team. The only big problem I have with Alsa is that she teleports to the front line, making her vulnerable, and sometimes she just dies way too fast because of this. But I realized figuring out a good placement, making sure she doesn't get attacked first, will help a lot, and if you can keep her alive, she will deal great damage, and she will also bring stuns to your team, and she gives shields to herself with her ultimate, increasing her survivability, so she just needs to stay alive until then.